Five, four, three, two, one.
The new currency is about demonstrating authenticity.
And our job, I think, is to really help our clients feed their focus and starve their distraction. It's not the amount of money that you make, it's about the time or the speed in which you actually can make it.
Sharing kind of the 7 steps, right? That we both did exactly these 7 things that allowed us to get to 7 figures.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you don't change, nothing changes.
You are the greatest asset that you'll ever own. Yes, you. And the energy that you want to exude when people actually see you for the first time is that you are there to give, not to get.
Up with if time and money was not an issue.
How would we be living?
We wanted to go where we want, when we want, stay as long as we want, and bring as many people as we can. So that was our freedom.
A business that we can, be anywhere in the world, right? So then we designed a dream business, what that looked like. And then the third step was we then leveraged a dream team.
Five, four, three, two, one.
The new currency is about demonstrating authenticity.
And our job, I think, is to really help our clients feed their focus and starve their distraction. It's not the amount of money that you make, it's about the time or the speed in which you actually can make it.
Sharing kind of the 7 steps, right? That we both did exactly these 7 things that allowed us to get to 7 figures.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we are live. We are live. We are live. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm super excited to be talking to you today. Today, we're going to talk about clarity. Clarity is so vital. It's so vital to conversions, right? Most people want to convert. They're wondering why they're not hitting their sales goals, why they're running ads or creating content, and they want people to register for their webinars and their challenges and book a call and buy tickets to their events and things like that, but nobody buys and nobody books, and some people even register, but then they end up not showing up, and they're wondering why. Do they have a conversion problem? Do they have a marketing or a traffic problem? Right? Is their offer not irresistible enough? But then if I really look at it, it really has a lot to do with clarity because people are confused, right? They're confused in terms of why they should buy, why they should register and show up, why they should even book or register at all, right? And that's where, diving in today, most entrepreneurs don't have a traffic problem. They don't even have a sales problem. They have a clarity problem because confusion never converts. If you market is confused, about what you do, they don't buy, they don't take action, they don't move, they don't register, they don't do anything that you actually want them to do. Whatever call to actively killing your cash flow. That confusion is silently killing your cash flow. So, welcome to the Anywhere Entrepreneur Live. We are again all about the entrepreneur, the freedompreneur way, the freedom to live, to work, to earn from anywhere in the world. And clarity is actually vital to achieve the freedompreneur way. So, I've actually worked with entrepreneurs at every single level, beginners, experts, and multi seven-figure businesses. Um, and last live we talked about your offers and the timing of your offers. We were actually in Malaysia doing this, and I am today in Boise, Idaho, and at a Russell Brunson event called Bootstrap. So if you have, I am again always sharing where I'm actually at, and why should you care? Why should you come here? And why, if you're interested in Boise, Boise is amazing. If you like the great outdoors, Boise is definitely where it's at. Just a couple hours drive towards the east, a little bit northeast. It's called Sun Valley. It's actually the oldest ski lift, right? Resort skiing town, skiing resort in the world, right? That was like the very first one that was actually ever built. Amazing skiing there, amazing weather. So if you like just outdoor stuff, Boise, downtown Boise here is amazing as well. Great, just stay downtown. You don't need a car. Just walk everywhere. It's got tons of restaurants, tons of entertainment. It always looks like they're always doing something almost every single weekend. So phenomenal. We got sand dunes about an hour north of us here too as well. So yeah, phenomenal place to visit. It's called Boise, Idaho. It definitely surprised me as well when I first came here. I'm like, wow, small airport, really friendly people, really cool, really clean, really great city to actually visit. So it's one of those places. Okay, so. But yes, I've worked with all kinds of, from level beginners, media to experts to multi seven-figure business owners. And I've noticed one consistent pattern. The more clarity in the business, the more predictable the cash flow is. The more confusion, the more inconsistent the income, right? Early in my journey, I had multiple offers running at the same time, different messages, different audiences, different positioning. And I thought I had a marketing problem, but I actually didn't. I had a clarity problem. People didn't actually understand what I did, who I helped, or what result I actually delivered. So even though I had value, I wasn't converting because unclear businesses don't convert, they confuse, right? Let me repeat that. Unclear businesses don't convert, they confuse. So today, I'm going to break down something simple but very, very powerful, the 7 areas of clarity. Every business must fix if you want consistent cash flow. If you get these right, everything changes for you. Your messaging, your content, your conversions, your revenue, everything changes. And before we actually go deeper, if you're here live with us, type in the word clarity in the comments. If you know your business needs to simplify, right, to scale. If you need to simplify to scale, just type in the word clarity, and let us know if you're actually here live or you're watching this in the future. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We are really, really interested in where our audience is, where you're actually tuning in from, and most importantly, where you're actually at, right, in regards to this particular topic, and what's getting in the way of you getting to where you want to go. And hopefully that what we share with you here really removes whatever obstacle and clarifies things for you and helps you close that gap between where you are to where you actually want to go. So that's what we're most passionate about, learning more about you. Okay, so again, type in the comments where you're actually tuning in from. Okay, here's the problem, right? Leads don't convert, offers get ignored, sales feel inconsistent, marketing feels like it's not working. That's an external problem that you're dealing with, right? So then they cause some internal problems as well. Does it overthinking, right? Frustration, confusion, feeling like effort isn't matching your results, right? And that's why these 7 lessons today, 7 steps that we're going to talk about to clarity is vital for you to generate the revenue that you want, because your clarity will actually lead to more conversions without a doubt, right? If it's confusing, obviously, lack of clarity will have confusion, will have chaos, right, in your life and in your business. Okay, so the very first lesson is clarity in what you are actually selling. Yes, clarity in what you're selling. What are you actually selling? There's a lot of things you could sell, right? You have, coaching programs. You have done, do it yourself. Just keep it very, very simple, right? Is it something that you're selling where they can actually do it themselves, right? Learn at their own time, their own pace, go at their own speed, right? It's a deep dive, really detailed. You're dripping something, or you're recording some type of a course or something that, or you're giving them something weekly to do, but they just do it on their own, right? So, is it a do-it-yourself offer? Is it a done with you, where you hop on a call and it's a one-on-one call, or one-to-many call, or it's a mastermind, right? Or it's an event, virtual or in-person event, right? So is it done with you, where there's hand-holding there, right? There's like us, we have Tuesday and Wednesday coaching calls, and our students hop in and just ask questions. I'll have some certain topics, but I'll ask questions so that I can help them remove whatever is blocking them right now, right? So that they can move forward and get to where they want to go. So whether it be marketing or leads or traffic or sales, or even their mindset, right? Their clients, their offer, whatever that is. Okay, so done with you, and then there's done for you, right? Or things that you actually do for your clients. Like when we first launched online in 2020, our very first company was actually a funnel building business. So we had a blend. It was a blend of done with you and done for you. So we needed certain things from clients. We'd coach them on certain things to get the information that we need, or the video or the images that we need, and then the rest was all done for you, right? We did things for them, and then we just delivered a product. Okay, so that's what we mean. What are you actually selling? So they know that, okay, this is something I'm buying that I have to do it myself, or this is something I'm buying, I'm doing with them, and these are the calls, these are schedules, right? And this is the mastermind, or this is where I fly to, or this is where I log into, if it's virtual and done for you. There's dates, right? There's things that you're getting from them. There's their scope of works and when it's going to be delivered, their schedules, right? Things like that. So again, be very, very clear what you're actually selling, because if people can't explain it, right, they won't buy it. They won't buy it. And when we're talking about, being very clear, the clarity in what you're selling is, are you selling, like for us, we're wealth and freedom coaches, right? So what we sell is how to generate wealth, 7-figure businesses, clients who are stuck, 6-figure entrepreneurs who really want to be 7 figures, have the potential to be 7 figures, but they're stuck there. They're stuck between 20 to 50K per month, and they just hit a ceiling. They just don't know how to break through from that, right? So that's the wealth part. And then the freedom part, we're doing it where we're showing them how to build a business that they can be that freedom entrepreneur, live, work, earn from anywhere, and to be able to make money, make both impact and income from anywhere in the world, but without sacrificing their freedom. Right? How to systemize their business processes, people, how to leverage, how to delegate, how to automate, so that they can build a business, right? But at the same time, without sacrificing or stealing from their life, right? So be very, very clear if you can't explain it, they won't buy it. Okay. Second is clarity in who you're actually selling to. If everyone is your customer, then no one is your customer. Be very, very clear who you're actually selling to. At the very beginning of my career, I used to just, if you want to build an online business, for example, right? And I'm like, wow, that's vague, right? That's broad. I'm talking to everyone, and which means I'm talking to no one. And I started niching down. I started going after coaches. If you're a coach, and then I even went further. Hey, if you need a funnel, if you want to run a webinar, right? If you want to run a webinar every single week, right? And you want to sell a $1,000 offer, well, that's niching down. That's really clarifying who we actually sell to. If you're a coach that's looking to learn, sell one to many on webinars, and your offer is about under $1,000, then book a call. Then we started getting a ton of people booking calls because people are like, "Yep, that's me. I am a coach. I'm a consultant. I am a course creator. I have an offer that's, that I want to sell under $1,000. And yes, I have never ran a webinar before, and I want to run a webinar. I want to learn how to run a webinar. I want a funnel that people can register so that I can run a webinar." So we were very, very clear, and we started speaking to the one, not only just who they were coaches, but what they wanted to do, right? Run a webinar and what they had to sell, which is their offer, right? And it was clear, right? Really, really clear. There was not a surprise where our business grew to 7 figures because the clarity was there in who we're actually selling to. Okay. Third is clarity in what problem you solve. People buy solutions to painful problems, not vague promises. Okay, let me repeat that. People buy solutions to painful problems, not vague promises. So be very, very clear what problem you actually solve, right? If, like for us, we now have clients we say that, right? If you have 7-figure potential, but you've been stuck at 6 figures, you just can't hit past that ceiling. You are right there between $20,000 to $50,000 a month, and you want to get to 7 figures. We have a solution for that, and we also have a solution to ensure that when you do scale, you're not suffering at the same time, right? Because some people sometimes sabotage their own scaling because more sales leads to more suffering because they don't know or haven't structured the way they deliver or fulfill on their offer. So if they sell more, they're gonna have to do more, and they're gonna have to, do more, maybe even do more of the things that they don't love, and that kills them, right? At the same time, so they self-sabotage their own scaling. So we actually show them how to actually not only just structure their offers around how to market and sell it better, but ultimately how to actually deliver on their fulfillment after the yes, right, as well, so that it frees up their time and they become more business owners versus business operators, right? So again, be very, very clear on what problem you actually solve. Okay. And then number 4 is clarity in what payoff your clients get. Clarity in what payoff your clients get. If the transformation isn't clear, the desire isn't strong enough, right? If you hear what I just said about the problem that we actually solve, the solution that we provide, the payoff is to get to 7 figures, right? But the transformation itself, if it isn't clear, then we're just another company that helps people get to 7 figures, or at least say that we can help people get to 7 figures. So desire really isn't that strong, but we actually talk about how to show them how to also have freedom, how to ensure that they love what they're selling, how to ensure to make sure that they have systems, processes, people in place so that selling is actually scaling instead of selling equals suffering, right? So we actually speak to them and we meet them where they're actually at when it comes to the payoff. We meet them to say, hey, we also understand one of the things that we also do is show you how to systematize your business so that when you actually want to scale, right? So that you don't actually self-sabotage. We talk to them and we meet them where they're at, how they actually feel, what's going on with them. And then, because here's the thing, right? In terms of the payoff, people don't buy because they understand. People buy because they feel understood. Okay, let me repeat that. People don't buy because they understand. People buy because they feel understood. So when you're talking about the payoff, right, be very clear with them about the actual result like 7 figures, but then the transformation as well, that they can actually run a 7 figure business and still be a freedom entrepreneur, not run a 7 figure business that they have to sacrifice everything and lose everything, lose themselves in the process, right? So when we speak that way, we also speak to the transformation as well. Okay. So number 5 is clarity and why you're actually selling it. Oh, honestly, this is probably the very first thing of these 7. Um, but why is so important? Because people don't buy what you do. People buy why you do it. So the very first thing we talked about is what you're selling, right? What you're selling, what you do. The reason why this is very, very important, this 5th step here is um, I think for you, you have to get really, really clear why first, actually, even though it's a 5th step in this, but really start there. Why are you selling this? Because if people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. Purpose builds trust, right? Confusion breaks it. Purpose builds trust. Confusion breaks it. People want a sense of belonging. People want to understand that you actually understand them. People want to understand, like, are you here just to make a profit, right? Are you here just to sell a product to generate income, or are you actually here because there's a much greater purpose of why? Is there impact there? Do you want to change lives? How are you showing up? Is basically why. So for us, the reason why we're wealth and freedom coaches, that's why we share ourselves so much in terms of why we help our clients with money, to be money rich, to be time rich, as well as purpose rich. It all dates back to my childhood, growing up, the things I did not have, right? And the things that I was able not to do, right? My parents were first generation to the United States, immigrants from Laos. I moved here when I was 5 years old, escaping our country. Like, I moved like we got a U-Haul truck and moved. We did it, right? We escaped in the middle of the night, crossed the Thai border, lived in a refugee camp for a year, and then got a privilege to come to the United States. Landed in 1980. Grew up in a foreign country, didn't speak the language, right? So I didn't have a lot of time with my parents. My parents worked 2 full-time jobs, Monday through Friday, and another full-time job on the weekends for the longest time. There were times where I was only 6, 7 years old, coming home to an empty house, right? Unlocking the door, feeding myself, bathing myself, taking care of myself until my brother and my sister would come home from school, right? Because they came home about 4 or 5 hours after me. So time was just something that I never had. That's why the freedom comes in. And then wealth, our families didn't come from money. My parents sometimes barely even was able to pay rent and provide good food on the tables. Right? They were always pinching pennies. So when we're able to achieve a level of wealth, that's where I'm like, oh, it's changed our life, right? My boys' lives as well, and our lives. One of the things I believe in is that Jim Rohn wrote a quote. It says, if you did not come from a wealthy family, make sure that a wealthy family comes from you. I really have adopted as that's my purpose in life. So in terms of why I'm actually selling is why, because it's changed my life. So that's why I want to help other people achieve wealth and freedom, time rich and money rich. And then the purpose rich aspect of it, I watched my parents. My parents made $2.4 million. The only problem is it took them 69 years to make it. My dad worked for his company for 36 years, my mom 33 years. And they did the traditional, right? The in the box way of living that was conditioned or taught, right? Go to school, um, you know, uh, for 20 or 25 years, depending what degree you get, and then work for another 35 to 40 years, sometimes 45 years, right? And retire and spend the last 10 years or 15 years of your life happy and hope that everything goes according to plan, right? And my dad and my mom, they didn't plan out, right? They didn't, they had multiple layoffs, so they didn't stay with one company for all those 40, 36, and 33 years. They retired with more time than they actually had more money. So they were, by the grace of God, they were blessed enough to have children to be able to take care of them. So, my dad passed away a few years ago, and he spent the last 11 years of his life having an amazing life because we were in a position to actually take care of them. And I take care of my mom still, right? So that's where the purpose is. I felt that my parents did not really live out their purpose. They just kind of went with the flow, right? They went to default mode of living. So that's why we are wealth and freedom coaches. That's why we love time rich, money rich, and purpose rich as well. right? Clarity and why you're actually selling it. So when you tell that story, people are like, wow, they see themselves, or you might be listening, you're like, man, I see myself in this, right? I need to figure out how to be time rich, money rich, purpose rich as well. And most importantly, you understand why I'm doing it. I'm not just here to create a product and sell something, right? It's totally about impact, because I know what it's been like for my family being able to be in a position to be time rich, money rich, as well as purpose rich, living, waking up doing what I absolutely love and what I'm actually my purpose life and what I'm actually called to do, right? So that's number 5. Number 6 is clarity in where you are actually selling it. Where are you selling it, right? There's so many methods. There is automated selling. You can make money while you sleep, right? Where you have a product that you created and you're driving traffic to it and people can click and buy. So is that where you're selling? Second is, live selling, right? One-on-one selling. You can have people book a call, discovery call, strategy call, right? Things like that. One-to-many selling, where you can have people register for a webinar, right? A masterclass, free. You can even do some low ticket challenges, like we do a 5-day challenge. We have a low ticket 5-day challenge where people pay to be in the room with us over 5 days. We do a full immersion, right? There's boot camps that you could do, these 3-day boot camps and immersions, things like that. So where are you actually making your offer? And this part of it has a lot to do with your offer, the pricing of your offer, and how much time you actually need with them. Because people don't buy because they want to transact. People buy because they want transformation. So however long it takes for you to help them transform before they become a client, I'm a big believer that where you're making your offer has a lot to do with um, helping people get results in advance. I believe that if you can truly help people get results after they buy, then help them get results before they buy, right? Before they buy, before you make the offer, they've already got the result. They already got the transformation, the ahas, and they're like, oh my God, right? There's alignment there, right? Because if you're not showing up where your buyers are, or you're inviting them to where you are actually at, you stay invisible. That's why it's important to really decide a method, because I believe that just like my parents, right? $2.4 million, 69 years to make it, 36 and 33 years working for the companies. People don't have a wealth problem. They don't have a money problem. What they have is they have a problem with the way they're making money, right? So where you're actually selling is that vehicle, that method that you choose, where you're actually going to make it both impact and income. That's why it's important. That's why it's on this list as well. Okay. And then 7 is clarity in how you help your clients. If they say yes, right? Once the yes happens, then how do you help them? How do you work with them and your fulfillment, your deliverables? Because if you don't love what you're selling, let's assume you're able to sell, you're able to close, you're a good closer like I was. One of the things that I really disliked a few years ago, I stopped my funnel building business in 2023, even though it was a 7-figure business, won multiple 2 Comma Club awards with ClickFunnels, but I just did love the deliverables part. I did love the project management, chasing clients after their stuff, and to build funnels, and it was like and I didn't like it, so I sabotaged my own sales. So you got to be very clear in how you actually help your clients, and you got to love how you help your clients, right? How you work with them, basically. So 2023, I just went into 100% coaching, which I absolutely love. I love helping people show up on our calls, just have a problem, and whether it's big or small, we just crush it. We move it, and they move on, right? And they leave the call, they go do the thing, they implement the thing that we just share with them. They come back, they're like, oh my God, I made $50,000 this week, or I closed 5 clients or 3 clients, whatever that is, right? Or oh my God, I got more registrants because I made that little tweak that you just shared with me, right? So again, that's what the part that I love. So that's why it's easy for me to sell or offer, because people can feel it. When I make the offer, people feel it, because they know that I love working with them at that level. So that's why you got to have clarity in how you actually help your clients, right? Your deliverables and your fulfillment. I think it's very, very important, because if you don't love it, then you're going to sabotage your own sales without a doubt, right? I did, right? If the process feels unclear to you and to them, and it doesn't align, buyers won't feel safe to commit. That's really, really the main problem. Okay. So drop in the comment section which one of these hit you the hardest, right? Which one has been unclear for you, that has caused some confusion, some chaos, and lack of conversions, for sure. Drop in the comment sections at 1, right? Is it, is it clarity in what you're selling? 2, clarity in who you're selling to. 3, clarity in what problems you solve. Clarity in 4 is clarity in what payoffs your client gets. Clarity in why you're selling. Number 5. Number 6, clarity in where you're actually selling it. And then 7 is a clarity in how you actually help your clients, right? Is it one of those 7? So drop it in the comment section. We are generally interested in what has been unclear in your actual business that has caused you to not convert at the level that you actually want to. Okay. Here's the implementation part. Take your main offer that you have today, right, or the one that you're creating, right, and test it with these with this one question first, right? Could a stranger understand what I sell, who it's for, and what result it creates in 5 seconds? That's the first question, right? And let me repeat that. Could a stranger understand what I sell, who it's for, and what result it creates in 5 seconds? If he cannot, then that's your first problem, right? You don't have a traffic problem. Again, you have a clarity problem. So fix that first, and then go into the rest of the steps, right? The rest of this, 4, 5, 6, and 7 questions, and then answer those. Okay. So if you want help turning confusion into clarity and clarity into cash flow, I'm actually going to invite you to join us inside our Dream Life Dream Business Challenge. It's a time-rich challenge where if you are money rich, you're like, I'm money rich, I want to scale, but I don't want to suffer at the same time. If you're looking, you don't get more time. We all have the same amount of time, but you can have more time. You can create processes and put people in place and systems in place and learn how to automate and delegate, where you can actually have more time, for sure. We've done it, right? So that's what the Time Rich Challenge is all about. It's literally helping you really clarify and identify and create your dream life, and at the same time build a dream business that you actually love that can fund and fuel your life. So it's about time rich, right? How do you have more time? How do you systematize your business? How to be money rich, how to package your expertise, what you know, what you love, who you are, into an offer, how to market it, how to generate leads, how to sell it, how to deliver on your promise, how to sell something you love, and then purpose rich, right? How to really extract what you're actually called to do. What is your purpose in life? It's not just about selling a product anymore, right? It's about selling your purpose. It's about selling your passion. That is what the Time Rich masterclass is actually all about. Masterclass inside of our Dream Life Dream Business challenge. So click on the link. The link will be here, right? You can take you right to the Time Rich challenge, and you can learn how to build your dream life and dream business as well. So we'll help you simplify your offer, clarify your message, and build a business that converts consistently, because clarity doesn't just improve communication, it increases revenue. Okay, so the next live, we actually go deeper with you. The next live is about the way to wealth. Law of large numbers, and basically having a large enough number of people to sell to, right? This is one of the things that I find. People want to convert more, but they don't have enough people to actually sell to. So we're going to dive into the law of large numbers, right? That is the way to wealth, okay? Because once your message is clear, the next question becomes, do enough people actually see it, right? Do enough people actually know you, right? To begin to like you, to begin to trust you, to buy from you, to want from you, right? Clarity converts, but audience size scales, right? So if this gave you clarity, my friends, type clear in the comment section. And for those of you who are joining us at our Dream Life Dream Business Challenge, the link is, again, below here, and we look forward to really seeing you and helping you get time rich, money rich, and purpose rich. And for those of you who are joining us on the next live, to really dive into the way to wealth, the law of large numbers, and have a large enough number of people to actually sell to, we will see you on the next live. Have an amazing rest of the week, guys.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The new currency is about demonstrating authenticity.
And our job, I think, is to really